Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Darksiders 2. Please subscribe and click the notification bell. So, the game didn't actually crash last time, it just kind of locked up when I tried to alt-tab back into it and then moved. So, I mean, a lockup is technically not a crash, I guess. We should get a new story so far.
Here corruption gives way to nothingness. Here the past echoes forward. Take this, says the Horseman's mother, and you will find my lord.
There's definitely something to think about as far as the order of events here. They've kind of cut themselves off at the feet to have a prequel series that happens before the events of the first scene of Darksiders 1. Because this game takes place in the events parallel, and we're also introducing extremely late into the game, like Lilith, the mother of all of the Nephilim, which turns out who the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse are, which there's really nothing traditionally saying that the Four Horsemen were Nephilim, as far as I know. We've also unlocked additional campaigns. So there's like the main campaign, Argyle's Tool, and the Abyss Forge. I don't understand why you'd have the main campaign. I guess maybe to switch back. So we were going to speak to Lilith, and we're slightly in a different place. We might even see the cutscene again, but probably not, since we already have the improved time warping mechanic of the Void Walker. Since every character has gotten the Void Walker in the first and second game, War and Death, it would still, I suppose, be possible for somebody to get a time manipulating Void Walker, go back in the past, spend most of the game as this prequel thing, as a prequel. Here we have a little, again, the poses, like, somebody had some real artistic desire when making the poses of these ladies. This is a fetish of some kind. Arched backs, her backwards wings, her demon tail, thrust out chest, one leg forward. So we were gonna talk to her.
You still haven't told me where to find the key.
I share Samael's bed, not his secrets. If you want the key, you must speak with him yourself.
So, where's Samael? But Samael is the current person in charge of, like, hell, not Absalom, who was the father, if I'm remembering this right. Absalom, who was the father of the Nephilim. This does, I guess, also open up the idea that Lilith could have created whole other species of demons or demon-like creatures. Hopefully she doesn't die at the end of the story, because that would be a shame to introduce characters and kill them off.
I don't believe Samael simply vanished.
Death, my love. You know so little about the infernal realms. There is a new order coming. Built upon the fall of man, every demon vies for power. If Samael is missing, he is not the only one.
This is a very interesting throne room.
What brings you to Samael's kingdom?
I am drawn to raw power, and no demon in any realm can match that of Samael. He could have ruled over us all, but now he is gone. And that destiny once again falls to my children. Bring back the Nephilim, and all of creation will be yours.
But at what
And so that is an interesting thought, but we've seen nothing about Death's character. I guess I could say full stop right there. We've barely seen anything about Death's character. But to finish my thought, we've seen nothing about his character that seems like he vies for more power. It seems like he doesn't even really want to be Death. He simply did it out of a need to create order and stop the other Nephilim from creating chaos. So there's really no reason why I think he would want to change his opinion. And when you talk about supernatural creatures that are theoretically immortal, they tend to be written as characters that don't change their mind too much. Although I guess that was kind of a major theme of the first game, is War changing his position. So I guess we're going forward now? Like, there's nothing here. And these things just don't, like, the Voidwalker doesn't just work anywhere. You have to find platforms that it's supposed to work on. And that's kind of the whole idea. Phase Walker can be traveled to time. Create a portal by shooting specific gates. Okay. So it's even specific gates for specific time travel, which means it doesn't even matter. Like, all those areas we saw before that only had the standard Voidwalker light and image. So there's a supposed solution to the arcane thing. Okay. So I guess we'll travel back and forth. And is this Lilith a statue of her? Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. I could look around and just make sure there's nothing to shoot, but I don't think there really is. It kind of violates the idea too, because you're not even creating two portals. While it still isn't an incredible amount of new ideas to put in the game, creating portals like the game portal, where they can only be placed on very specific places, is way easier than what Portal 1 and Portal 2 did. They created a whole system. And I guess this is locked, so we're not going back. They created a whole system where nearly 60-70% of every surface in the game could have had a portal placed. And so now we're in a dungeon and we're fighting a standard demon from the first game. That's a little different. Let's try this. Tornado. Interesting. I can't attack when I'm in tornado form. But I don't think I actually want that, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch that over to that. Send these guys. So he's got a chain attack that and this guy's decided to stop moving. I think he got stuck in the wall a little bit. Oops. A little rusty. Today is the first, like, it's been a while. I took a day in between the last recording and this, so yeah, that's rust. Alright, are we back to this being equipped? No, it didn't save that. I might have some kind of crazy weapon equipped right now, but also I just was not paying enough attention, I'm sure. I need more wrath. I need more more arcane. You spend most of this game sitting on your full Reaper form. There you go, we'll go and do the cinematic kill there, and then it'll be less cinematic going forward. Is somebody else around? No? Okay. That seemed a lot easier. Come back here, I guess, and let's just double check and make sure we know what's equipped. Like Goldbringer versus what is equipped right now. Yeah, I guess I just don't want that. And do we have the Horde Seeker? Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just use Horde Seeker for a while until I decide that I've gone far enough and collected enough items. It may be hard to really make that determination, so I'm gonna definitely need something. Like some kind of item or ability. So we can't go here. So we probably have to go, and we can't go here. Since the game auto-saved when I walk through that area, that's telling how this is all gonna break down. It seems kind of like 250,000 gold. It's been a long amount of time to get to that point, but now that we've reached that point, it's seeming kind of impossible to spend all of that gold without doing some really crazy things. I mean, you certainly probably could just min-max items and try and power up a possessed item to do maybe 10% more damage, 10% more effects in general than what I'm doing by just feeding the random weapons I have to him. But the amount of effort to get that diminished return does not seem viable. It seems like it would be a huge waste of time, particularly when you hold it against the fact that this game is just so long. And I cannot, like, I just cannot stop talking about how long this game is. It's probably annoying, I know, but wow. So there's something up there, which tells me we have to get up there at some point. There's something here. Let's see, War's Sword. These things would open up, and then you would hit them, the crystal inside of them. Well, I can't do any of that. Down here just looks like paths to die on, so Am I doing this? I guess? And like way up there is a crystal. So it's not like a ricochet item or anything. This looks like creep. So that feels right. This feels a little bit more like a puzzle than just a transverse platforming section. And there we can see there's a bad guy waiting to attack. Let's see. I guess he's not really waiting. I gotta be careful. I'm about to die. Like, they are hitting kind of hard. But I guess that makes sense. The demons kind of have to be the strongest characters. And it opens up the idea that perhaps all the creatures Death has been fighting before this point have been simpler, easier to kill creatures. So I think I don't want to waste too much health doing this. Nope. Oops. Man, shake off that rust. Down here. Down this way. I'm just gonna slide this way and see what happens. See, and there's a grapple down there. But that doesn't really make sense either. I'm just gonna leave that alone because that doesn't make sense. We're clearly gonna have to come back to this area once we have some more abilities. And I guess these aren't creep walls so much. Because if they were, then I guess I could climb here, because that looks like a creep wall too. And I can't. Certainly a mistake in them making the walls look that similar, but they could have fixed that just by maintaining what I remember was in the first game, which was very bright, kind of throbbing creep in that you could climb on, and then you would of course be able to visually differentiate it from anything else that looks somewhat similar. It doesn't look like there's any reason to fall to my death, so I'll avoid doing that. Remember, we've had two sections where it was specifically race up to the top or by a specific time or you're gonna die and have to do it again. I wouldn't be surprised if we run into another section like that before the game is up, but boy were those unnecessary add-ons. There's a lot of that. I mean, I can't list off 100 unnecessary add-ons, but I can say half of the dungeons could have been in the next game. Half of the story could have been in the next game. Every time we move the story forward, now that we're traveling through time, dealing with Lilith and Samael, all of that element could have easily been the only story, and the Forge Lands and the Land of the Dead could have been just left on the cutting room floor, or they could have been it could have been split between two games. A lot of this stuff certainly could have also been in a different order. The main problem is the Forgeland stuff. It just doesn't feel like Darksiders. It didn't need to exist. It could have been a very, very short thing. And this is like production problems. This is stage one before any coder, any animator, any music creator, anybody who had made any content, before any of that had happened. The decision to say that the entire first act was going to take place in a world called the Forgelands that looks like World of Warcraft, instead of in a more thematically appropriate place, such as where we are now. Like that's the beginning. These guys are a little too strong. I don't know what I want to do with them. They might be actually slow enough, however, that I could just always attack them with my secondary weapon. And I still want to be thorough. As thorough as possible. So I can shoot the guy and irritate him, but he can't get through the gate any more than I can. Well, it's fairly obvious what they want us to do. They want us to open a portal and go back to modern time. So now we have another one of those, which was probably in correlation to the sign we saw earlier. And we have another chest, which I'm hoping the Horde Seeker is dropping better loot for me. I have a hard time believing that what I'm missing by not having my normal talisman equipped would be drastically affecting how much damage I'm doing. Unless strength is a lot more important than I think, and it's increasing strength. Or just somehow the talisman that was increasing experience also had a lot of... I guess we could just look. So these crow size we can't even use until level 22. And then that. And nope to that. So this Wayfarer talisman does 29% critical damage, 28 arcane, 8 experience, and 15% execution chance. And we won't worry too much about let's see what happens if I just spend some wrath here. I need to get some wrath vials. So all of those guys are supposed to now be attracted towards attacking the goblins instead of me when I do that. But I guess they only have a certain level of pull that they can do, which isn't really that wide. So, kind of a cool idea. The first time you get on that platform, you fight demons in the old day, in the past, and then in the current timeline, you just fight little insects which is to imply, I suppose, that there aren't even any demons in this area during this time. We can hear the chains are breaking up and just getting sucked into, I guess you'd call it, the chaotic void. The nothingness. There's a gate over here that you couldn't reach. There's what looks like might be a portal over there. There's a grab point there. Grapple point. It's collectible over there. The problem with this is I would probably want to bring out my golden weapon to drop more gold, more guilt. But I'm going to switch back and forth so often, I assume that that's not going to make sense to do. Yeah, see, here's another place where I'm just going to switch. Meanwhile, I guess we'll go as far as we can first. The way this is working, it's very possible that once I switch to the past, I'll be out of this area completely. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they're gonna get a little bit more complicated with it. Maybe, honestly, I probably should just be running around these guys. Like, wait till 2 or 3 of them decide to get close to me. Looking around. Is that a crystal? Yes, it is. Some of these stones don't glow as much as I would like them to. And see, that's just a regular transport one. So if I was to put one there and then put one there, like, that doesn't work. Let's run around here and run through here. Seems like they didn't design this as smooth as you might want to. This kind of looks like it's just going to be a transversal puzzle. Yeah, so I may get to the end of this whole area, and I guess maybe there's a chest here now, and in the past it wouldn't be here. I feel like the game is gonna punish me again here for playing the game the way I want to play it instead of playing the game they want me to play it. Like, I did get a Book of the Dead, which There's not too many of those left. That's definitely the case. And we've got a newer version of an enemy we've already fought. And another piece of horde. So not too bad there. Now we've never seen any negative effects for any of our talismans. So it seems a little crazy that I haven't picked up any Wraith Vials in quite a while now. So I'm gonna have to probably kill everybody here, blow up this yellow thing, which apparently turns into the blue stuff over time, and solve a puzzle. We've got stuff, like we keep getting stuff with the Horde Seeker, so it is starting to make sense. Eventually we may be at maximum stuff. We didn't really like this Tornado Reaper Storm. We tried it, so I could probably pretty easily respec and put a couple more points into this and max it out, but honestly I may want to keep Frenzy. And we're approaching 27 hours of gameplay. We still need 2 abilities, one of which has got to be some kind of boomerang thing. It's kind of strange that they'd be so late to introducing any ability. It's almost like we're playing this game backwards to the way the first game happened. So all the abilities that you got kind of early on in the first game now are way late. Anyways, that has been 30 minutes. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. When you subscribe, please click the notification bell even if you don't think you need to. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further than doing all of that, friend me on Steam, gift me a game or a gift card. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.